are, we fall because we only go halfway. And God is
Yeah.
calling us, no, make a total gift
Yeah.
of yourself. And that's the love that's going to reflect the love of God.
And marriage is the place where this can be given and received.
Mhm.
And that's what our hearts want.
Yeah.
It's not found in promiscuity or these endless relationships or just changing this partner and that partner, but a faithful love. Because that really images God's love for us, that it's this constant love for us, that it's irrevocable, does not die, does not change.
Yeah. And ultimately, He's commanding us to fulfill our deepest desires.
Right.
But because of our pride and how clouded our intellect is, we tend to think, no, I really need this. It's like that analogy where, I think in Africa, I think they put tinfoil inside a gourd to catch a monkey or a raccoon, and it sees it and reaches down and grabs it. Oh, that's what I want. And because his fist is too fat, he can't reach it out.
Right.
But all he has to do is let go, and he's free. But he won't. He's so convinced he needs a stupid piece of tinfoil, he'll hold on to it until he starves to death and dies, or till the hunters come and kill him. And so often we grab onto this counterfeit of love instead of trusting that God is the one who ultimately has the plan that'll fulfill us. And he draws our attention back to the Garden of Eden, how it was supposed to be. That Eve's body, the very sight of her body, was an invitation for Adam to love her in the likeness of God. And if we can remember this, okay, so wait a minute. So the beauty of a woman, because the woman's the most beautiful being on earth, is actually an invitation to love her. It shouldn't be seen as like they're all temptations to lust. They're actually reminders of the beauty of heaven, that we can be grateful for the woman's beauty instead of seeing them as merely an occasion of sin. Obviously, we need to have custody of our eyes, but the point of looking away from temptation is to look within, to learn how to properly look, to see her as a daughter of God.
And we know the reality lived out is difficult, right?
Oh,
it
yeah.
involves the cross.
Yeah.
We've had Crystalline on the show, and she's talking about hard realities that come up, when we're loving other people, any kind of community life, religious life, whatever. There's a part where the going gets tough, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that aspect of marriage, what young people should expect, or what's this really about?
Yeah, no. One of my teachers, I always said that marriage is humanly impossible, and that's why God made it a sacrament. And I think for me, some of the best preparation for marriage was chastity prior to marriage, training me in sacrifice, of forgetting about myself. Because honestly, to be frank with you, marriage has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It honestly, it has. Because this vocation is meant not just for happiness, it's meant for holiness, which means you got a lot of stuff that's going to get purged up. Stuff that's going to come bubbling up to the surface like oil and water. Your virtues become more apparent, and your faults become more apparent than ever before. And
well, you tell a great story that soon after you were married, you realized that you guys didn't even agree on the throw pillows, right?
Yeah, because we get on the honeymoon, and there's like 14 pillows on the bed, and it's like, what is this?